Sometimes I like to go out shopping to places like Nordstrom's and try on their Parfums de Marly. Because I live in a warmer climate, at nighttime I like to look good and smell good for tropical weather at night or during the day. Parfums de Marly Sedley makes a beautiful fragrance that's refreshing and long-lasting and mass appealing. Its problem is it costs so much money. Here I am at Nordstrom's trying both Parfums de Marly Sedley versus Parfums de Marly Greenly. And I know what you're thinking, dude, we're supposed to be talking about budget fragrances like normal. Well, we're going to get to that. I'm going to show you some things. The fragrance here, Sedley, is a very refreshing, sweeter fragrance. It has a nice mint note, and I love it. The longevity, the projections are all outstanding. However, in the fragrance community, some people might call it a little bit boring or overpriced. And if that's the case, you would just find something like this Dunhill Driven. It's not a clone, but it's very similar in scent profile. Very similar, I would say, like more than 90% similar. And it does perform decent, very decent for $30–40 versus this one, $315 retail price. Of course, the online discounters have them cheaper. Now, if you were really having the big budget to buy this blue Sedley versus that Greenly, it's a good question. Which one would you get? Well, the Greenly, I have it sitting on my arm now for 3 hours, and it's still there. And the dry down is fantastic, and the opening is fantastic. It's a very green citrus fragrance, and it's also considered very boring by very professional enthusiasts. But both fragrances, the blue Sedley and the Greenly, are not complex. They're very easy to wear and blind buy worthy. If I'm inside the house, I like the green one. As you can see here, I was at Nordstrom's. I really like the Greenly better. Now, if you wanted to smell like Greenly on a budget, Fragrance X has this fragrance I bought from them. It's called Amber Oud Exclusive, and it looks just like this fragrance called Al Haramain, but it's not any copy of anything, but it is a copy of the Greenly. And this brand is not Al Haramain, it's simply Amber Oud Exclusive Emerald. Similar, but the naturals versus the synthetics in my nose can be told on this. However, for the $50 or $60 this costs, the projection and longevity are like beast mode, and it's very good. Just again, that synthetic part. Now, synthetic fragrances, if you really dissect all these Arabic fragrances that we're always going after, these Club de Nuits and things like that, you might get scared. If you ever want me to dissect the actual chemicals that are used in it and see if they're healthy or not, you just let your Uncle Chris know. Now, so what would I pick for a tropical warm night, date night? I'm gonna go with Sedley. What am I gonna pick out when I'm just going out to the pool or anything? I'll go with the Greenly. And if I'm on a budget, I would go with the Dunhill Driven or the Emerald Exclusive. And if you do like these style fragrances, you'd like Parfums de Marly Leighton, you would like Acqua di Gio Profondo. This is a very, very mass appealing fragrance, almost too mass appealing. You can get a fragrance like Chrome Extreme that smells very, very similar to it and does very awesome performance. And if you wanted something with bad, well, not as good performance, but a very much more budget conscious, even cheaper than Chrome Extreme, they make one called RMAF Lyric. It's a red bottle. It's called Lyric Red. Très Nuit Lyric Red. It smells just like this. It's like $20 or $25. Speaking of RMAF, I just found this. I put them on my website. They sold out so fast. They have a green one, and this is the red one, the last red one I have. Managed to keep it, and I don't even know what it smells like, but the longevity was 5 hours, and you got some delicious clean red apple notes with, like, it smells like it has some sort of vanilla or caramel or some benzoin resins and some spice. So this one is called RMAF Hunter Bullet Killer. It says bullet here, it says Hunter Killer. It's a hidden gem because it's brand new and no one knows about it. Now, if you know about this fragrance, please do me a favor, add value to this video and comment down below. We're trying to get to 100K subscribers in 25 days, and it's gonna happen. Project Big Fish, you guys know what I mean. If you want to be a part of Project Big Fish, comment down below. Also, for the hot weather, like I was doing this search because I'm going out all the time to pools, and now it's the weather, it's so warm out here, sun's Jour Homme Cologne versus Jour Homme Sport. Which one would you get? 1000%. I don't even have to smell them. I'm gonna tell you to get Jour Homme Cologne. This is fire fragrance. I mean, it smells so good. Bitter orange neroli fragrance notes coming out with the beautiful musk. It smells so natural. It lasts like 8 hours easily on my skin, and it lasts longer than the Jour Homme Sport. However, if you're in 112-degree weather and you're not if you're a basic fragrance guy who has 2-3 colognes, you might appreciate the Sport because its wearability is better, and sport means, you know, like lifting weights. Like exactly, if you were like at one of those purple fitness places, whatever you call them, you would wear this. It'd be perfect fragrance to wear on a sporting event like a baseball game, a picnic, or whatever. But this is what you wear when you go out on the town, like into a mall or a date or a sushi restaurant, and it's hot tropical weather. And that's what you got. Now, come into my house, I'm going to show you a few more hidden gem fragrances. Gem Eternal Oud by Lattafa came in this cool dome, has a cool cap. It's kind of an interesting bottle. It uses oud plum. It lists a fruit note on it, but I don't get any fruit. But it does last an extremely long time and projects well, and it's a very well balanced oud fragrance that anybody can wear. It reminds me of MFK Grand Soir, which is very expensive, and it just smells good. Another one that smells very good, in my opinion, smells better than that. It's more mathematically composed, the composition. It's called North Stag Nuff. This is extra de parfum, which means it's a more concentrated oil. And when you spray this, it's not as bitter as that, and it's so good. Another fragrance that smells very similar to that and gets you to Grand Soir. North Star Nuff came in this box. This is a fragrance by Paris Corner. I didn't even know that. Next fragrance, if you like Lattafa, just because we mentioned it, someone comment down below your top 3 favorite Lattafas for fun. Mine are Assad, Fakhar, and Amir Al Oud. So those smell like Assad smells like Elixir by Sauvage. Fakhar smells like YSLY Eau de Parfum. Amir Al Oud smells like By the Fireplace. So if you ever bought those, you can say the other fragrances, because it can be hard to say the names of some of these fragrances. And I apologize. I keep saying the word camera wrong, and you keep telling me, hi to you. This video is for you, my best audience. And you guys are in Oklahoma. You guys are in London, UK. You guys are in Greece. You guys are all over LA, New York, Pennsylvania. I love you, man. Rose, this is called Special Amber Oud by RMF, a straight up hidden gem. Have you heard of it? Comment down below. This thing is pretty much fire if you like. Okay, so I've never tried fragrances by Roja Dove. I've had one for like a day, and this one, people tell me it smells like Roja Dove Oud, which is like big money. This was like $69. It lasts long. It does have the rose. It has oud, it has saffron. It's very dark, not dank, but almost, but very rich. Here's another fragrance. It's called Rasasi Kazmat Barik. Another fragrance I'm not sure how to pronounce. I apologize. Kazmat Barik. I started to look this up. It says it smells like Baccarat Rouge or Ariana Grande Cloud, and instantly smell it and I go, no, it doesn't. Does it last long? Yes, it does. Project well and it lasts long. But as it dried down, like 10 minutes later, I could see that little caramel hint and that DNA of Baccarat Rouge, but by no means is it any sort of Baccarat Rouge. It's a warm, spicy caramel fragrance that was released in 2021. This is cool. This is called Magnificent Eau de Parfum Bleu for Men. About a 1-pound bottle, came in this cool box, and this fragrance is smelling like a fragrance I used to love. I'm getting into all these fragrance sprays. One of them's called Very Cool Spray by Sauvage. You can't even find it. I bought it for $50. Now it's $200. eBay Marketplace. They make one now by Carolina Herrera called Bad Boy. You can spray it up. It's called Power Up. They're great. But this is just a cologne eau de parfum, and it smells like Sauvage Cool Spray. It's got that grapefruit, amber, patchouli, pink pepper note coming out popping. Longevity's insane. It's called Legacy by RMF, but look at this. Is this magnetic? I don't know if I like the thing. I could break this off, it seems like. But the fragrance is the first time I've ever tried it. It's kind of jiggly. Eau de Parfum has rosemary, sage, and lavender, and smells just like... What does it smell like, guys? Like Platinum Egoiste by Chanel. The next one is called...